This is one of those products that I don't even have to hesitate in recommending. Hey everyone, Big Stick Golf here. Today we are going to be checking out this rangefinder from Team BirdieBeam. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what you get in the package and giving you guys a little bit of a description over how it works. Now, first things first, thank you to Team BirdieBeam for sending me this rangefinder to check out. And without further ado, let's hop right into this. So in the box, first things first, looks like we actually get a towel. Was not expecting that. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Wow, actually a pretty big towel. Shout out to Team BirdieBeam for sending a towel with the rangefinder. That is awesome. New towel for the bag. Thank you for that. Also, I love that it comes with a carabiner instead of one of those little clips. That is half the reason that I have a different towel in my bag every time I go golfing, is because it gets stuck in the cart, stuck in my truck, and rips off. So shout out BirdieBeam on that as well. All right, next we have a little card from Team BirdieBeam. I'm gonna go ahead and read it real quick. Dear golfer, we are thrilled you've chosen a BirdieBeam golf rangefinder to help you dominate the course. To show our appreciation, we've included a golf club cleaning brush, okay, and a microfiber golf towel, perfect for keeping your clubs in top condition and your game on point. If BirdieBeam has earned your spot in the golf bag, we'd love to hear about it. Your feedback helps keep delivering hole-in-one experiences. With warm regards, the BirdieBeam team. BirdieBeam, you've definitely locked in a spot on my bag already with the towel. Let's go ahead and check out this cleaning brush. Also, another thing I wasn't expecting, BirdieBeam is definitely going above and beyond. Let's go ahead and check out this cleaning brush. All right, so this is incredible. I've actually been looking into getting one of these water bottle brushes that you can attach to the side of your bag. You fill it up with water, you've got a brush, and you can spray them off. This is awesome. I was actually looking into getting one of these, and BirdieBeam has already delivered. That's 2 for 2 and going into the bag. And again, we've got the nice carabiner clip rather than those flimsy little clips. And I can't believe that we haven't even started looking at the rangefinder yet. So BirdieBeam, you have already went above and beyond the expectations I would have for a company providing for their consumer. So shout out to you, seriously. That is something that you don't always see. All right, now what we've been looking forward to, the BirdieBeam Golf Laser Rangefinder. Now this is in white, but you can also get it in gray and black. We've got the BirdieBeam Golf logo on the side, and on the front we have the actual rangefinder. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what we've got in store for us. To start off, we've got the actual user manual. So I was actually looking in and doing a little bit of research on this rangefinder, and I was kind of blown away with all the different functions that you have. So first things first, you have just straight horizontal distance, no slope, so you can use it in a tournament setting, but you also have your slope switch that you can calculate your slope distance. You can just look up your vertical distance. So if you want to see how high something is, not just the angle, you can actually see the distance there, which is really cool. There's also a speed measuring mode on this rangefinder. So there is a ton packed in to this little device. So next thing up, we have a Type-C charger, a nice long one. I like that it didn't come up with one of those little 2-inch dongle cords. That's awesome. Type-C, so if you lose this cord, you got a million other ones to charge it with. Next thing I want to look at before we actually get to the real rangefinder, we have a little magnetic clip. So if you're using this on a golf cart, you're probably not going to need this because most of the carts have that metal pull. But if you're somewhere that doesn't have anything magnetic to stick the rangefinder to, you have this little clip that you can clip on and then use with the rangefinder. My first thought with this was, if you're hunting, if you're up in a blind that doesn't have a place to stick your rangefinder, clip this on somewhere and you can store your rangefinder there. And now it is time for the best part. We are going to look at the actual rangefinder. So the case, nice hard shell case, exactly what you would expect with a rangefinder. We've got the BirdieBeam logo on the front, and we have a little wrist strap on the side. Also, we have another one of those carabiners that I was talking about. Nice, clip it to the side of your bag if you'd like. Our case has the elastic as well as the zipper, double protection to make sure your rangefinder's not flying out into your golf bag, rumbling around, getting damaged. So let's look at this rangefinder. Oh, before we get to that, it looks like in this case we have a little cleaning cloth for the lens, which is nice. And here it is, the BirdieBeam Golf rangefinder. Super sleek design. We've got the BirdieBeam logo right across the top. First impression right off the get-go, in the hand, this thing feels high quality. All of the black parts on this rangefinder are like a rubberized silicone. Feels nice in your hand. You got the hard white plastic. We've got the magnet strip on the back. And on the front, we have our slope switch. As you can see right now, the slope mode is on with that green indicator. And if I flip it down, it will be off. On the top of the rangefinder, we have two buttons, one for power and one for mode. On the front of the rangefinder, we have our lens and our laser. And I love the finish on the front of this rangefinder. It's like a shiny black plastic. This thing looks super, super sleek. And here on this side, we have our actual lens with our focus dial, as well as a little rubber gasket that covers up our USB-C charging port. So first things first, this rangefinder, it looks sweet. This thing is pretty stinking nice. I dig it. Now let's go over some of the key points of this rangefinder. Now this rangefinder is good up to 1,200 yards with a half of a yard accuracy. That is pretty impressive. You're never gonna need 1,200 yards on a golf course. Half a yard is plenty close enough on accuracy for your golf game. If you are dialed in enough on the golf course where half of a yard matters for you, props to you. That's not me. Now, like I said earlier, there are a ton of different functions for this rangefinder with the slope. You have slope on, you have slope off, you have vertical distance, you have your actual angle, you have your horizontal distance, and you have a speed measuring mode. So 6 different modes on this thing. You have the slope switch on the side, which does make this tournament legal. If you're playing in a tournament, make sure that's turned off. If you're just out there having a round with your buddies, turn that on. You can actually get your slope distance as well. Now for the actual use of the rangefinder, you have a pin lock with vibration. So I'm somebody that does not have super steady hands, and honestly, it is really hard for me to use a rangefinder that doesn't have pin lock. So it's nice that you can just hold the button in, lock onto the flag, and it gives you a little bit of vibration that lets you know that you have locked onto the flag. Now with the battery that's actually inside of this rangefinder, it is rated up to 35,000 shots. 35,000. Let's take the typical bogey golfer. You're shooting 90 a round. You can play up to 388 rounds with this rangefinder before you're gonna need to charge it. So charge it at the beginning of the season and you're good for the year. Like most other rangefinders on the market, this is IP54 water resistant. Now it is not waterproof, but it's gonna be able to handle any of the water that you're gonna see on a golf course. If it's a little drizzle or sweat, you know, try to keep it out of the water, but if it gets a little wet, you are going to be okay. And the last thing, which is kind of a culmination of everything we've seen so far, is that you get a 2-year warranty on this so you can buy with confidence. BirdieBeam is definitely there for the consumer. This is a company who cares about the person who's purchasing their product. With a 2-year warranty, you're getting a bottle brush and a flag on top of your purchase. I mean, that right there is something that you do not see every day. And we got a card that 1, thanked for the purchase, 2, asked for feedback, and 3, said, hey, if you're using a BirdieBeam product, let us know. I am gonna do a short little test with another rangefinder that I have here at my house just to see how the accuracy measures up to other rangefinders that I have. All right, so we're out here in the yard doing a little test of the rangefinder. Now, I'm just gonna look at some mailboxes across the road, and just to compare the distances between these two, I'm gonna start with the BirdieBeam just to give you guys also my first impressions of the actual lens. To be expected, crystal clear, the display, nice and sharp. You have your battery indicator. It's gonna tell you what mode you're on, and let's go ahead, put this in slope mode to get the most out of it, and I'm going to just lock onto this mailbox, and I am getting a reading of 61.5 yards, so 61.5. Let's go ahead and switch to the rangefinder that I currently use right now and see if it matches. So locking on to the mailbox, and I am getting 61.3 yards within a yard of each other. So they're both definitely there for the accuracy. No difference either way. Like I said, if half a yard matters in your golf game, props to you. I don't even know if you need a rangefinder because it seems like you can just go out there and get 18 hole-in-ones. That is it for the unboxing. My final thoughts, this is one of those products that I don't even have to hesitate in recommending. If you are looking for your first rangefinder, a new rangefinder, check out BirdieBeam. This is a company who cares not just about making sales, but about you. Again, I've already said it once, but shout out BirdieBeam. I really, really appreciate this little care package and you allowing me to share this product with others because it is clear that BirdieBeam is a name that we are going to be hearing plenty of in the future.